Hi guys, it's Alia. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm back with another journal share. This was actually done a while back when I was going through that phase of making journals with the what are these called? Sewing pattern tissue papers. So this one was made, I don't know, couple months ago, a month ago. I don't even remember when I was making it, but they were made, this one was made a while back. So it'll be kind of fun to go through it now, because sometimes when I make a journal and then don't look at it for a while, I kind of forget what's inside. So it'll be fun to do another walkthrough. So this journal here, it measures 5 by 7.5. And let me just take off the tie here so we can look at the cover. On the cover, I just have some different laces and trims. Here's a vintage doily under here, a little cluster, lace cluster here, and then one of those fabric flowery applique things. And then I have some vintage, I think it's actually part of a tablecloth, I think, for the spine. And in the back, I liked, like when I was doing them, I tried to leave as much of the pattern tissue as I could, just so you could see what the actual journal was made out of. And then also on the front here, I just have, this is, I believe, Tim Holtz. Just a little, it might have been an ephemera piece, but I'm not sure. Or I cut it out, I don't know. So inside, let me just take that off. See, you can see the, I love how you're able to see the pattern, tissue pattern. And I put a little pocket here in the front, and I just added a postcard. This is not a real vintage postcard. It's a vintage, like, replica picture, and it's, you know, aged on the back to make it look like it's vintage, but it's not. But it's fun, you know. And then I have 2 Tim Holtz journaling cards there. And then on the first page here, this is like a little journaling spot with some extra pages, but on the first page, I added some of the tissue paper here. I thought that would be kind of neat. And then this is just kind of like, I don't know, decoration. You could really tuck something up under there if you wanted to, but this was more about using a piece of the tissue paper as the cover. And then here I have a little, just a random tuck spot. I used a vintage Rolodex card. I have some vintage music paper. Here's some more of the tissue, and then one of the little Tim Holtz doll people, or paper dolls, I don't know what they're called, those. And then my sideways library card, and a little young players card. Some vintage book page. I had a little mushroom sticker there, and I think all of the pages in here are vintage except for the coffee dyed papers, and I don't think I use any pattern papers, like scrapbooking papers, so everything else is vintage, like vintage book page. This here is actually vintage children's writing paper, which is really neat. Oh, this I actually received, it was gifted to me, so I'm not really sure if it is vintage or not. And then here, this is a tea bag, is a large tea bag, and I just added this. This could actually, you could tuck something here if you wanted to. I left that open in the back. And then a little vintage advertising tag, and this is, I believe, Tim Holtz. And go. And on the back here, we have a little flip down. Did another little, you know, just random collaging up there. And in this pocket, we have, this is not really vintage. This is copyright 1997. So it's older, but I don't know. I know vintage, I think, starts 20 years, but so it's like right on the border. I don't know. I can't really do math in my head very well, so. And then a little Urban Myth card. And this here is one of those seed packet envelopes things. And I tried to, I did some like of the tissue paper around it, and then I have the playing card inside, which you can see through the other side, the little fish. But then obviously you can tuck other stuff behind there if you wanted to. And you can also tuck something in here. I only sewed the very edge over there. So like, for example, let's see if I have something I can just, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it'll hold a tuck. It's big enough. And we have a little glassine bag here that I just did some layering on. I put a Trivial Pursuit card in there. And then we have just some places for some extra journaling there. And a little tuck spot on the top. And look at this. Believe it or not, it's a playing card. It's a round playing card. I think that's so super cool. And a little appointment thing. Here I had some like little bits of like when I was cutting down things like sitting on my desk. So I took them, I kind of, you know, made sure they were all kind of the same width, and I added just a vintage button on a ball pin, and I think it makes like a nice little handmade charm. So there's another one in here, I'm pretty sure. But I thought that was pretty neat, you know, just to kind of play around with some of the scraps, because a lot of times I tend to, like, if the scraps are really small, I always save them with hopes that I'm going to create something with them, but I tend not to. So by getting ideas like that to do with them, I'll probably be using more of them here. Now here is a little bit of like a textured, not really mixed media, but there's texture. So we have the corrugated cardboard back there, and then just a little layering. This is open here, but this then flips up, and here we have a little pocket there, and then it flips up again, and then you can write under here. So there's a couple flips, and then I just thought I'd try to do something different. So I wanted it kind of like you could feel the layers on it. And then in the back here, here I have a little tag. Actually, I think my friend Alicia, she has a punch or a die cut or something, and she sent me at one time a bunch of all these little tags cut out, and this is a Tim Holtz ephemera piece, and so it was a perfect size, you know, to fit in there. So I just fit it in there, and then I just added the little tie here and just decorated the page up a little bit. I like the way that came out. And then here is I cut out, you know, those Tim Holtz, I don't even know what they're called, this little, like, place for all these little bits to go in. So I cut it out with the music paper. No, actually, I glued the music paper onto a cardstock, and then I cut it out. That way it would be stronger. I didn't put anything here because I figured, you know, you could write something there, and then I just tucked some little bits inside, just for fun. And here's a little tuck there, and another little one of the tags that I got. And what do I have inside this pocket here? We have one of these cards and a wizard card, and then that flips over, another little tuck there. And again, I tried to replicate just like the other one with some texture to it, and then the little pocket, and then the hidden pocket or the hidden flip for some secret journaling. And also another one of the Tim Holtz cutouts, or I don't know. I know that there is a name for this, but for some reason I'm just not remembering exactly what the name is. I hung this off a bulb pin here. Oh yes, here's the other one that I made. And you know what, really, if you want to just go through your little scrap box and all those little scraps that are just really small, you know, make little dingly dangling collage type whatever these are, and just hang them from a bulb pin, because it looks really cute. And you know, these are removable, so you can also use them, hang them other places. Here is another decorated glassine bag, and this has two little cards there. This is some handmade paper that I put behind this little piece there. And we have, oh, this is also a coffee-dyed glassine bag. So I have the pocket there, and then I have a pocket here. And then I just ran some lace on there. And this was made with some handmade paper. And I have my sideways library card. And then 2 little playing cards. All right, and moving on, here we just have some cheesecloth behind that I also I just ran my dauber over it so it wasn't so bright. It kind of made it grungy a little bit because I just thought that would go better. And then here is a vintage picture. This actually is vintage because it was taken probably 43 years ago. It was when my parents lived over in the Philippines, and I don't know, I think my dad was just taking random like landscape shots. So that's from his camera roll from way back when. And we have another tea bag here, and inside, what do we have here? Oh, see, here's another random I don't know, landscape. I don't really actually know what he was taking a picture of because it looks like it possibly was like these trees because there's nothing really in the background, so I don't really know. So that gets tucked in that back pocket, and then there's a little other pocket right here. And here is another little random like cluster of fun. And then we have these 2 little, well, this is a round playing card and a little journaling card. It's a little sticker that I added there. And, oh, I have this little, kind of like a little scrappy book that I put together. I think is so cute. I put a little 15-cent Tim Holtz ephemera piece on there. And then that goes in that little lace pocket. And then behind there, oh, this is actually one of those cutouts from Tim Holtz. We just have some little bits and pieces behind. And in the back, I added a pocket there. And this has just random coffee-dyed pages. So it's like a little extra bonus journal in the back. Blank, but it's a little bonus. And then that fits right in there. And then there is the back. So this one here, what did I call this? I think I just called this kind of grungy because I wasn't really sure what to call it. So I think I basically just named it grungy because it's just, you know, eclectic. And I always have trouble naming my journals. So I've been just going off usually what the cover is. And this cover, I mean, I don't really know. It's just, you know, random. That's what I love about it. It's very eclectic. So there's no rhyme or reason. There's no theme to it. So I just ended up calling this one Grungy only because the cover just didn't shout out anything else to me. So if you are interested, it will be in my shop. I will leave the information to my shop in the description box below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.